This is the Commissioner meeting of January 10th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the Sussex County Administrative Center, Commissioner Meeting Room, 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey. Can I have a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Here.
Deputy Director Carney?
Here.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Here.
Commissioner Hayden?
Here.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice as defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, PL 1975, has been made by regular mail and email, such notice being submitted on January 7th, 2024, from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald and the Star Ledger, and is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for public announcements and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. At this time, please mute all electronic devices. Number 5, approval of agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney and Commissioner Hayden. A second. 6, proclamations, certificates, and presentations.
All in favor?
Oh, all in favor. Sorry, I like to skip the vote sometimes. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Trying to beat Chris's record time. Not gonna happen. Okay, number 6, proclamations, certificates, and presentations. Today we are recognizing 5 Eagle Scouts. One of them is here. We're recognizing Eagle Scout Avery Frank, recognizing Eagle Scout Alyssa Zemitra, Eagle Scout Skylar Dugan, Eagle Scout Brianna Brady, and Eagle Scout Charlotte Pennington. And I think Charlotte is here. Congratulations. Go ahead, Commissioner DeGroot. You can come on up.
So, proclamation for Charlotte Pennington. Whereas Charlotte Pennington, a member of the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 1150, Sparta, Sussex County, New Jersey, has earned Scouting's highest rank. And whereas Charlotte's choice for her Eagle Scout project was personal, soccer is Charlotte's life and was injured during her junior season, which sidelined her for the entire season. For her Eagle Scout project, she held a 2-day clinic at the Lenape Valley Soccer Club that educated parents on injury prevention while the athletes received instruction on the importance of stretching and preparation. And whereas the athletes also worked on drills and were provided t-shirts, water bottles, soccer balls, and additional important information. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the members of Sussex County's Board of County Commissioners trust that the Scout oath and law will continue to reinforce Charlotte's ideals and contribute to her exemplary code of conduct as an adult. And be it further resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex wishes Charlotte Pennington continued good scouting and success in life. By order of the Board of County Commissioners. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. And you don't have to stay if you don't want to stay for the whole meeting. That's up to you guys. But congratulations. Good work. Okay, number 7, public hearing. There is no public hearing. Number 8, public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make a comment of 3 minutes or less regarding an agenda item. Please line up at the microphone and state your name, municipality, and agenda topic for the record. Can I get a motion to open the floor for public comment?
Still moved.
Second.
Okay, Deputy Carney and Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed. Motion passed. Okay. Floor is open. Anybody wants to come up, agenda topic only. Okay. Can I get a motion to close the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Commissioner Hayden and Commissioner DeGroot, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Number 9, Commissioner comments. We'll start with Commissioner Hayden.
My comments will all be new business.
Okay.
I'm good.
Commissioner DeGroot.
All right, I can start. So to begin, since our last meeting, on behalf of myself, I began the Farmland Preservation Revitalization Tour, engaging and traveling to various municipalities, addressing mayors, councils, open space, ag, environmental, and land use committees. The purpose is really to advocate, educate, and provide updates on the recent state legislation impacting county farmland preservation program. I visited Greene, Andover's mayor and council, as well as Lafayette's Open Space Committee last night, receiving positive responses. Exciting opportunities really lie ahead with all this, and I'll keep you updated along the way. Second, I had my first meeting with the Musconetcon River Management Council a couple days ago as the board's liaison. For those that don't know, the Musconetcon watershed and also the river are within the southern portion of Sussex County. So you're looking at Hopatcon, Stanhope, Byram, if you're down in those areas. The purpose of the Musconetcon River Management Council is to implement the River Management Plan, which looks to promote the long-term protection of the Musconetcon River, bringing those involved in river issues together on a regular and ongoing basis, stimulating cooperation and coordination among these organizations and individuals, providing a forum for all river interests to discuss and resolve issues, and coordinating implementation of the river management plan. So really, great group of people, very excited to be a part of it moving forward. Third, for the Division of Health. So the Sussex County Division of Health is offering COVID-19 vaccinations. Additionally, vaccine clinics will be posted on Sussex County's website. You can find that at www.sussex.nj.us as they become available. And public health nursing will continue to provide homebound vaccination as requested. For flu and COVID, the New Jersey Department of Health flu activity level report indicated that the flu activity level is high statewide. However, the New Jersey Department of Health COVID Community Risk Level Report has indicated Sussex County is at a medium activity level. Nonetheless, wash your hands, practice healthy hygiene practices, be safe. It's, we're in the midst of winter right now, right? For rabies, from December 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, there were 47 domestic or wild animal bites reported and investigated. 6 tested. None of these tested were found positive, so that's good news. And in the fall, and then with the Division or Office of Mosquito Control, just want to mention in the fall of 2014, with the help of Sussex County Clean Communities, the Office of Mosquito Control started a tire cleanup program. Over the last 10 years, this program has been an effective way to reduce the threat of disease to Sussex County residents, as well as having a direct impact on protecting Sussex County's environment. We now have the available 2023 statistics, and I love numbers, so I decided to bring that before the board and all of you today. So in 2023, the mosquito staff collected 348 tires, and since the inception of the program in 2014, the mosquito staff has collected 4,057 tires in all 24 municipalities. So they're doing a great job. Additionally, I toured the Sussex County MUA a week ago, gaining valuable insights into their operation. They run a great operation over there. And Commissioner Space and I also visited the facility on Weeksworth Road, receiving tours and information about Transit Skylands Ride Division, Division of Health, Division of Central and Shared Services. So, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless. Thanks.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney.
All right, I'll be short, unlike last week, last meeting. So since our last meeting, Commissioner Director Space and myself went to another garage. We went to Lafayette Garage. We spoke with those folks for a while. I think at our last meeting we brought up continuing education. So for people who don't know, our continuing education, it doesn't really hit our on-the-ground employees as a DPW and whatnot. It kind of, for some reason, it just goes for the higher echelon, which what I'll call it, the office people and whatnot. So since then, I spoke with our risk manager. He seems to think we're going to be able to do it. So basically what we're looking for is sometimes our DPW workers don't get an opportunity to learn how to use new equipment. And that's not fair, because if a promotion comes up in another garage, if a certain person at a garage doesn't know that equipment, they miss out on that promotion. So what we're trying to do is keep it in-house, number one, because we have to give the CWA first right of refusal, and that's the right thing to do, keep it in-house. So give them first right of refusal, have somebody start or teach after getting a certification these classes, whether it be on a weekend or after work during the summer, so on and so forth. There's a lot of things that we need to work out, but that's coming along good, and I haven't even spoke to Commissioner Director Space about this, but I did talk to Wayne Dietz, and he thinks it's very, very doable. Now, this not only would this be in-house, but this would be something that we could do a shared service with all the municipalities in the county. And with that being said, if you guys have been coming to our meetings, we met with the DCA, let's see, what was she? She's the director of the DCA, commissioner of the DCA, and director of the DLGS. There's grants out there. So not only could we do a shared service for the community, but we could also get some money towards this. I think it's good for the county, our self-employees, and then the rest of the municipalities too. Gives everybody the opportunity to continue their education, because there shouldn't be anybody that doesn't get the opportunity to continue their education. So that's something that we're still working on. I just want to give everybody an update, including the commissioners, because I haven't done that. So that's where we're at. I'm working with District 24 with broadband. I know Congressman Gottheimer and even our Governor Phil Murphy came here, I would think about 2 years ago, met at the Chocolate Goat in Lafayette, saying they have this money for broadband. I don't know about you, but I haven't seen it yet. So that's something that I'm going to work on with District 24 going forward, try to get that together. I did talk to Rob Boyle from Planet Networks. He's interested in meeting, and hopefully we could actually push some people to spend some of that money if we have it. Or maybe we don't have it. I don't know. But we're going to figure that one out. Everybody, we're supposed to get some tablets today. I guess they weren't done, but we'll get them at our next meeting, Christina says, which is good. That'll eliminate the use of phones up at the dais, because they are very operable. And I think it would be good. That way we have all our resolutions right in front of us. We could take notes and so on and so forth. So I think that's good. And by the way, if everybody noticed, we got a new paint job, right? Okay. I could have been some involvement in that with the colors and how it looks out. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. I just think it looks nice. And that's all I have.
It does look very nice. Thank you. I have an update on the Limecrest facility in Andover. That would be the sister nursing home of the Andover Subacute, which was closed down, but Limecrest is still open. They have 111 residents in there right now. A conference call was held about the operating status of Limecrest Subacute and Rehabilitation Center yesterday. Participants of this call included Senator Parker Space, Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, myself, District 24 legislative representatives, New Jersey Department of Health, NJDOH, Andover Township officials, and Sussex County Department of Health and Human Services Administration, among others. State officials initiated this call in regard to the current Limecrest owner and operator having to meet requirements established by the state, as well as provide mandatory documentation related to their ability to accept Medicaid funding and current license. Discussions also took place about the possible transfer of ownership and license of the facility in order to maintain this long-term care facility within Sussex County and specifically within Andover Township. New Jersey DOH officials confirmed that after numerous visits and monitorings of the facility over the past several months, they do not have concerns about the current quality of care of the 111 residents housed at Limecrest, and that all previous respiratory outbreaks, included COVID, have been concluded. They said yesterday they only currently had one person in the facility with COVID. The commissioners and the department administration, including the health division, will be working with state officials to receive updates over the next several weeks concerning next steps and timelines. The safety and well-being of all the residents housed at Limecrest are the utmost concern of the board. Division of Community and Youth Services. County of Sussex participates in New Jersey Counts 2024. New Jersey's annual point-in-time PIT count of unsheltered homeless individuals is being conducted statewide today, January 24th, 2024. The county will be taking the lead once again on the planning and coordination of this important event in order to capture a statewide count of homeless families and individuals in our community, including where they find shelter, what their needs are, and what factors contribute to homelessness. County staff and volunteers will be outreaching community partners, human service provider agencies, and shelter locations in an attempt to raise awareness and participation in the event. The county will also be distributing donations of backpacks filled with blankets, winter clothing, emergency weather kits, food, and human service resource guides for homelessness and at-risk individuals and families. A full statewide report will be released later this year. Division of Health. The Office of Public Health Nursing will be conducting heart health presentations at several locations throughout the county in February to raise awareness about heart health and cardiovascular disease. Presentations will discuss the general anatomy of the heart, the most common diseases related to the heart, and preventative measures, as well as education on healthy foods that are important to maintain a healthy heart. To obtain additional information about these presentations, please contact the Office of Public Health Nursing at 973-579-0570. And those dates are February 1st, February 13th, and February 1st, 10 to 11 at the Newton Main Library, February 13th, 10 to 11 at the Dorothy Henry Library, and February 13th, 1 to 2 at the Green Municipal Building. Division of Senior Services, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, VITA. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, provided through Norwest Cap, offers free tax help for low to moderate income individuals and families, including young adults, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and those with limited English. VITA services will be available at 2 locations in Sussex County, beginning in the first full week of February by appointment only. Christ Church Pathways, 17th Church Street, Newton, Tuesdays starting February 6th. Sussex County Cultural Center, 31 Main Street in Sussex, Thursdays starting February 8th, 2024. Please call 973-784-4900, extension 2902, to schedule an appointment starting January 29th, 2024, or schedule an appointment online at norwestcap.org. A Senior Services Caregiver Support Group meeting will be held virtually by Zoom from 2 to 3 p.m. on Friday, February 2nd, 2024. The group helps to reduce the negative effects of stress and increases the physical and psychological wellness of the caregiver. It also provides information about programs and services available to the caregiver, information on how to access these services, and provides referrals as necessary. Please call the Division of Senior Services at 973-579-0555, extension 1288, to obtain additional information or to register to attend these meetings. Okay, that's about all I have now. Okay, and next, where are we here? Approval of consent agenda. There is no approval of consent agenda. Number 11, approval of minutes. Approval of minutes from the regular meeting of January 10th, 2024, and the reorganization meeting of January 1st, 2024. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meetings?
So moved.
Okay. Deputy Director Carney and Commissioner DeGroot, second. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I abstained because I
Abstain.
wasn't there.
Okay. Motion passed. Okay. Ordinances. We have no ordinances at this meeting. Appointments and/or resignations. Resolution A, reappointment of John Finkeldy as a member of the Board of Commissioners of the Sussex County Municipal Utilities Authority for a 5-year term to be effective February 1st, 2024, and expire January 31st, 2028. And Resolution B, reappointment of Andrea Kokula as a member of the Board of Commissioners of the Sussex County Municipal Utilities Authority for a 5-year term to be effective February 1st, 2024, and expire January 31st, 2028. Can I get a motion to adopt resolutions A through B?
Still moved.
Okay. Deputy Director Carney and Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion?
Can we split them so I can abstain on one?
Sure. Yep. We will do Resolution A, the reappointment of John Finkeldy. And then I guess I should ask for another motion then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a motion to reappoint John Finkeldy as a member of SCUMA?
Still moved.
Second.
Okay, so I've got Deputy Director Carney and Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution B, reappointment of Andrea Kokula as member of Board of Commissioners of SCUMA. Can I get a motion?
Still moved.
Okay, Commissioner DeGroot and Deputy Director Carney. Any discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Abstain.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, we have resolutions A through H. Can I get a motion to adopt resolutions A through H?
Still moved.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney
Second.
and Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes?
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Okay, number 15, awards of contract change orders bid. Resolution A, authorizing change order number 1 to the contract between the County of Sussex Division of Technology and Information Management and Computer Design and Integration, LLC, for the purchase of a data center refresh server upgrade in the amount of $23,290.67. The Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex has reviewed the award of contract change orders bids consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that the adoption of the said resolutions is in and will further the public interest. Can I get a motion to adopt Resolution A?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Hayden, and a second?
Second.
Commissioner DeGroot, any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Okay. Number 16, financial, Resolution A, payment of bills list, January 24th, 2024. Can I get a motion to pay the bills list?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Hayden, and a second. Commissioner DeGroot, any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes?
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Okay. B, introduction for first reading resolution, authorizing cap to limit county budget appropriation increase in CY 2024 county budget to 3.5% over the previous year's final appropriations, subject to certain exceptions, and to establish an appropriation cap bank. Can I get a motion to adopt this resolution on first reading?
Still moved.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney, and a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, Commissioner Hayden. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill, you go first.
I think we should explain to everybody what this is.
Correct.
Somebody should,
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
because this, what happens is they think we're gonna raise the budget by
And-
that much.
No.
It's not.
And last year, none of us would make the
I got
motion.
it.
Right.
I got it.
So you wanna take it?
All eyes pointing here now. So no, this is an annual, this happens annually. What it doesn't raise the taxes, it doesn't raise the budget. All it does is preserve 3.6, so that if bad stuff happens that we have no foreseeable future to, we have monies to draw from for an emergent, very specific emergent conditions. So this allows us that ability to do that. It's an annual, statewide, every municipality, county does it, but it's our protection plate, if you will. If the bad stuff happens, we can take care of it. All right, that's
Sounds
the long
good.
and the short of it.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Director Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Okay, 17. Personnel, we have none. 18, administrative report.
Real quickly, yeah, I hope everybody appreciates the way the room is looking, and we're moving on through the rest of the building here. Don't get used to the wallpaper that's peeling the second coat of glue off. That's going to be gone. So all of it will be freshed up, and we're just freshening the place up to make it look professional. I do want to update the board, though. I haven't mentioned this since we started. We did start the PBA corrections negotiations. We had our second meeting this week. It's going very well. So that all the commissioners are on the same board, the corrections unit sunset December 31st of last year, meaning their contract was over. That does mean, though, that we still have to meet the contractual obligations of that contract, but we're still in negotiations now to go in further. Also, the sheriff's contract ends this year in December. So there is a move afoot that we may have we're all pretty much on the same page of possibly having an extension of a one-year contract on this PBA contract, corrections, in order to have a better negotiations on the two coming up in the next year. So that's the strategy right now. It's going very well. The group is interacting very well. We're very close to locking down the budget. You'll be getting information here real soon about a public meeting on the budget, and we're hoping to have the first reading of that very soon in February. So we are very proud, and hands off to all the department heads, the support of the commissioners, everybody. We've really come down to drill that thing down, and we're ready to get it moving. Because I would love to get the capital budget in right behind that, because in this room we're going to have microphones and speakers in here, so everybody in the back is going to be able to hear. So that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. County Council?
Nothing to report.
Nothing.
Just hold on, Director, please. I just had a question for Ron. Number one, great job, for kudos to everybody, really, with the budget. We're in very good shape compared to what we thought we would be at from last year.
Yeah.
And it happened very, very quickly. I think the board has an idea of where we want to be as a whole, and you guys worked really hard to get it there, really without much arguing amongst the commissioners. So kudos to you guys. And then just one more quick question. I know the appraisal was done on the jail.
It's being done on the jail.
It's still being done. All right, so there's a little more legwork that they have.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
The first walkthrough from the appraiser was done last week.
Yes.
So he's asked
I think
for...
it's been 2 weeks already.
2 weeks, yeah. And he's asked for additional information. We've given him.
Okay.
So we'll really have something here soon, and we'll have to make a decision. The board will have to make a decision based on that appraisal, how much parking you want to include or not include, sell it or lease it. There'll be some questions about that. The appraiser is very used to doing these things, so he had some suggestions that once he gets the market value of that, we'll have some decisions. You guys will have some decisions to make on how we'll dice that up.
Perfect.
But no, it's moving forward.
Good. I just want everybody to know,
No, yeah.
and our audience as well.
And if you know anybody who wants to buy a jail, well, we're all ears.
Very cheap.
Okay.
Yeah.
20, unfinished business. Okay. New business, I guess I just had one thing with the budget. We were talking about possibly a 5 o'clock meeting. I don't know if you're available on February 14th before our 6 o'clock
Isn't
meeting.
that Valentine's Day?
Do you celebrate?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm good.
That's my excuse not to celebrate
Yeah,
anymore.
there you go. So you're busy. You can come, but that was the date, that we're looking at for the first reading and the introduction. And if anyone had any other questions, I would say reach out to Elka, and we can get it squared away so that this year we can get it done quicker than last year and a lot less painful.
Well, we are ready for the 14th. If the
That's
budget's
great.
ready, we are ready.
That works. And
We are ready.
Very impressive. It really
Yes,
is.
very impressed. We were all pleased, and the number that Bill wanted, we told Elka, so I think we're going to be good on that. So.
It's impressive that we got there.
Yes,
We sat
exactly.
here, We had meetings.
Yep.
I'm
So
pretty happy with that.
So hopefully we can
I
get
would have
this.
liked it 0, but I don't think that.
Right, that's not going to happen. But let's see if we
Less than
can
1%.
get this scheduled for
14th.
February 14th.
Okay.
So at 5 p.m.
I
Okay,
have some
Bill, you had new business.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I have 2 things. The first thing is a resolution that I'd like to propose, have you all look at, and support, Commissioner show support for having Donald Trump appear on the ballot in New Jersey, and in support of the amicus brief supported to the United States Supreme Court because of the Colorado thing. I can read it. Rob Kovic, the executive director of the Republican Party, did this, and I think it's a good idea. 177 Republicans signed on to this, and I can read it real quick. Whereas Donald J. Trump was elected as the 45th President of the United States and served as such from 2017 and 2021, and whereas he was unsuccessful in his re-election bid to serve a second term as President of the United States in the election of 2020, and whereas Donald Trump's opponents, the Democratic Party, and various other groups and individuals have made substantial efforts in attempting to prevent him from appearing on the ballot in various states and plan to continue such efforts, and whereas any such attempt to prevent Donald J. Trump from having ballot access is a blatant attempt to disenfranchise American voters from democratically exercising their choice in deciding who shall serve as their president, and is a direct attack on our republic, and whereas this matter has been submitted to the United States Supreme Court under a case of Trump versus Anderson and is to be heard February 8th, 2024, urging the justices to bar states from determining themselves for whether Donald J. Trump is eligible to run for office again, and whereas a large number of amicus briefs were submitted to the court in support of Donald J. Trump's appeal, including one by Republican lawmakers Cruz and Scalise and 177 of their colleagues, and whereas the Republican lawmakers' amicus brief calls for the U.S. Supreme Court to overrule Colorado's Supreme Court decision and to state that Trump is eligible to appear on the ballot in all 50 states and Washington, D.C. in the upcoming primaries and 2024 general election contest, should he win the GOP nomination. And whereas a large number of Republican lawmakers led by Senator Cruz, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell signed on to such briefs to express their support for Donald J. Trump. And whereas New Jersey's Congressman Jeff Van Drew signed on to the amicus brief in support of Donald Trump's appeal, and now there be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners, Sussex County joins Congressman Van Drew and the other 177 lawmakers in expressing support for Republican amicus brief on behalf of Donald J. Trump, thereby allowing him to appear on the ballot in all 50 states.
Okay. Well, I will put it out there that I was a Trump delegate in 2016, and I still support Trump. But I'm going to say let's take these and we'll let County Council look at them, and we can bring it back for next time.
I didn't say we were, I just said,
Can I take one?
Yeah.
yeah, just pass them down.
Yeah.
We'll take one and pass it down.
Yeah. Second copy.
All right, the next thing. Recently, it had to do with me supposedly being in conflict of interest with possibly supervising a county employee. The only county employee that I think I supervised would be Christina, possibly. I don't even think I... But if we're going to go down the road of county employees being supervised by commissioners, we had one in 2021 and 22 that was a confidential assistant that was supposedly supervised, and I have the email, by the commissioners, received a $30,000 salary. Everything's highlighted. Timesheets show no one could verify where she worked. Yet, she worked here to the tune of $30,000 in benefits. And she had numerous references that tie back to people from 825. $30,000 is a large sum of money, supervised, but nobody knows what she did. We should look into this, because I know that the U.S. Attorney's Office is already looking into the food bank.
Can I keep this?
Yeah, that's yours.
Thank you.
You need another one, I can give somebody else another one. You want it?
Speaking of the food bank, did the food from your office ever go back?
No, it's sitting in there.
Because we could have fed, 5 families on those bags
We could
during the
have,
Christmas
an
time.
employee or a volunteer lied and forced an employee to do something, saying that Doug Steinhardt said put it here. Doug had nothing to do with it. And I don't know if that volunteer should have done something like that using the power of our county attorney.
Right, but food is food, and we just need it
Well,
to be
it's non-perishable.
for the people that need
There.
it.
So I got some new business too. I just want to hit back on Commissioner Hayden. A little confused on what you're talking about. So maybe you need to clarify exactly what you're talking about, because obviously it seems like it's directed at me.
It's not directed at you.
Because I am 825.
I know you're 825.
Proud of
And
that.
the rest of us were not on the board.
And I'm 825. So I don't know what you're alluding to.
I'm alluding to, we had a no-show employee who
Were
had
you
ties
here,
to
by the way?
donor.
Were you here when the no-show happened?
No, but it's some of the stuff I'm finding.
Oh, what are you finding? I forgot that you're a detective on your free time, but what are you finding?
People are coming forward with things they
People
thought
are
was wrong.
coming forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, like same thing with the food pantry. I don't see any proof, just what you have to say.
Okay.
So show me some proof, and then maybe, or we
Well,
can
the
have a
U.S.
discussion.
Attorney's Office
Or we can have,
wants to
listen,
start
hold on a
with-
second. Hold on, I'm not done. Or we can have a discussion, like gentlemen and colleagues, about what you're talking about.
I asked that the food pantry be set up as a
Well, no, I'm not talking about food pantry at this moment. I'm talking about what you're alluding to with a no-show job.
It was a no-show
I would
job.
think anybody.
Says right on the
So I'm the
timestamp.
10-year person here. I'm the senior commissioner as of right now. I was here during that time.
Okay.
So if you have a question, why not, be an adult and ask
If
me.
somebody had a
and
question
I'm
about
not
me
done yet.
supervising
Commissioner,
somebody,
I am
could've
not-
come to me.
I am not done yet. And I don't know
Okay,
what you're
let's
talking
move
about
on.
anyway, about
Yeah,
what.
you do.
No, I do not.
I think we can add this to our executive session next
May I recommend, can you allow my office to look at this?
Absolutely, I give it to you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
And what
I was
is
gonna
that
call you.
exactly? What exactly is that? Is that the food pantry, or is this no-show job that we're complaining about?
That's a no-show.
This is a personnel
Food
matter.
pantry stuff I give to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Would a personnel matter go under executive session?
At this point, I have questions of whether this person is an employee or not and may have certain protections under the law. So
That's why I didn't mention
at
the
this
name.
point, if we can just proceed with other new business until we're able to look into this.
Yes. And do we have any other new business?
I do. So I've talked about it plenty of times, and I know all the commissioners are aware of the force main that we need to get done as soon as possible. Our septic is failing over at the library, Homestead, Fire Academy, so on and so forth. This has been going on before my time. This needs to happen ASAP. So Ron actually came up with the idea that I really liked was the force main runs through Frankfurt Township on a county road, but it runs through Frankfurt. With that being said, in my line of work, 825 mind you, we run septic systems through towns, and we run laterals. Basically, that's just an offshoot of the force main that people could tie into. If their septics are bad, sometimes towns force them into doing that, which I'm not into. Long story short, it could alleviate some of their problems. Septic systems, as you know, pretty expensive. Average households are anywhere from $35,000 to $40,000. A tie-in, I priced this out, is around $5,000. Then that's filling the tank as well, because they got to backfill the tank, whether it be concrete
They should close it.
or stone. They got to just close it down. So with that being said, I went to Frankfurt Township, spoke with the mayor and the committee. Before we go and engineer, and I'm looking for you guys' approval too, this isn't what we're going to do. I need support for this before we go any further. I wanted to go to them first and say, hey, are you guys interested in possibly, what's it called, a sewer zone?
Sewer service area.
Sewer service area.
Designated as a service.
They have to designate this area as a sewer service area. There's around 26, 27 houses on there that could benefit from this and alleviate, I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're not going to get any money back, it would alleviate some of the costs for the county. So saves us a little bit. I think it helps out, makes the value of the houses in Frankfurt go up a little bit more. I did talk to some folks on that road. Their septic systems are, the three people I talked to, one was 30, one was 40, and the other one didn't know how old they were. They were all aboard. So what they're going to do, and I will stay on it, is send out a survey to find out if people are interested and see how old their septics are. That way we kind of get an idea, because I don't know what the extensive surveying was done. The extent of the survey was done, so they might have to go back. We might have to spend a little bit of money to locate the houses and the sewers and septics rather, to figure out where this is all going to, the stub outs will be.
Would that be like that stretch of 519?
Yeah, yes, yeah. So yes, it runs up from the homestead, it cuts
Right.
left on Newton.
Takes a right in front of the senior
Newton.
housing.
19, and then it'll run up
All the way
to
to
206. So if you guys are good with that, right, I want everybody to be on board. I would like to go back and find out how much existing conditions, and what I mean by existing conditions is when a surveyor goes out, he locates the road, gets elevations, locate the houses, property corners, so on and so forth. If they located the houses and the septics, the existing septics, I believe that we have the information we need. If not, we might incur some cost. So before we go and do any of that stuff, I obviously want to see that Frankfurt's on board, but before that, I need you guys to be on board with it. And like I said, it'll offset some of the cost and help fill that force main to get to where we need to get, which is the Branchville
Can
sewer.
I add a little bit to that for the public?
Of course.
I mean, a lot of people here that hadn't been hearing about the force main. Our package plant next to the homestead the county owns, it has got more Band-Aids on it than the Newton ambulance that runs down the road. It's breaking down. We have to either replace it or put something else in. This is not the county putting in a sewer line just because we want to hook up the county buildings to the sewer. We got our package plant that any day now is going to drop down. So it's much more economical to run that force main down, hook all our buildings into it, all the facilities out there, run it down the road and go to Branchville. My thought was, I came from Hopatcon, who had a sewer utility. Anytime you're going to run a sewer line down the road, you plan to have everybody else connect to it. It only made sense. So that's what started this. I don't want the public to think we're having to put a sewer line just because we're build it and they'll come. That's not it at all. It's build it because we got to have it. It's going to go in the road one way or the other. So this was just try to maybe capitalize on some of the advantages, both cost-wise and environmental-wise, for the homes down there. I know if it went in front of my house, I'd hook up to it because septic systems are expensive.
Be cheaper to get it in now.
Yeah. So that's the
No, I
that's the
appreciate
business
that.
plan, if you will, of what we're
That
doing.
is the background, yeah. So basically, if you guys are good with that, then, we can continue, and I can work with Bill a little bit and say, hey, where are we at? If there is any cost, I'll obviously come back to you guys and update what it's going to cost to go back out there and survey and locate everything.
That was my biggest just concern, just the cost of going back
Right.
out there and serving.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I'll find that out. It could be done already. It
Oh,
really
okay.
could be done. I mean, usually what you would do is you'll locate that road and you'll hit those houses. Maybe not so much the septics. They might have to go back out there. But usually that's on state plane, meaning like it comes off the satellites.
Okay.
You set your GPS up as fast as you can go to that septic and find it. You hit the button and you're good.
Right.
So it shouldn't be that much, but either way, no matter what it will be, I'll come back to you guys and say, hey, it's $5 grand, $10 grand, whatever it may be, and we can go from there. I just want to let you guys know what I was doing, kind of like you did, Jack, earlier about your going to municipalities. I went and met with Frankfurt to see if they were interested. If they're not interested, this conversation doesn't happen. So it alleviates some of the cost to the county.
Yeah.
It alleviates some of the pain to our constituents out there.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
well, are we good? Bill, we're good?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Okay. Number 22, public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make general comments of 3 minutes or less on non-agenda topics. Please line up at the microphone and state your name and municipality for the record. Can I get a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Hayden and Commissioner DeGroot. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passed. Okay, the floor is open. Anyone wants to come up?
John Snyder from Sandyston. Actually, my first question has to do with the agenda. The appointments of the people to the municipal
Yes.
utility. It says 5 years, but I'm looking at the dates and it looks like 4.
24, 25, 26, and 17.
January 31st. So if you're going from February 24 to February of 25, so 25 is year 1, 26 is year 2, 27 is year 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Okay,
would be
we'll have to make it-
29.
Yeah. We'll make it-
Yeah.
So you changed it
Yep.
to 29?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
So, that's a good catch, thank you for that.
Retired math teacher, right? I
So do we have to do anything for that now? Should we change the date now and get this
know.
done?
Can we amend it while we're here?
We can amend, yeah,
After-
we're just making a correction to the titles.
After, right.
That's it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to redo
Okay.
this all
That's
over
a
now.
good catch,
Okay.
thank
The
you.
Thanks,
other
John.
question is the elevator. Why the signs that say 4 people?
That's a really good question. I was in
good
it one
question.
day
Try
and it
moving
didn't say it, and then all of a sudden it appeared, that sign, and nobody knew who put it there?
Well, facilities put it there because the mechanism that measures the weight on that is telling the system that makes it go up and down that there's too much weight on it, and it's pushing the elevator faster than what it wants to go. So if you put more than 4 people on it, you run the risk of the elevator thinking it's going too fast. It shuts down, and when that shuts down, we get a whole bunch of firemen here trying to get everybody out.
So is this a temporary thing?
It's a very temporary thing. The sensor's been ordered, and it should be in any day now, so that we'll be back to normal. But that's what that's about. The elevator's fine. We just want to limit the number of people on it, so we don't think it's going too fast.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take the stairs, Jim.
Anyone else?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dimitri Gatanis from Stillwater, New Jersey. First of all, I want to thank you all for your sacrifice of personal time to serve our community. I really appreciate it. I live at 916 Maple Avenue, and I'm stating the address because I live in a community that has 0 traffic lights, and I currently have 2 traffic lights in front of my house. And it's disturbed the hell out of me since November 9th, 2023. And I've been in communication with Mr. Bill Coppin.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy, but he just sent me an email addressing my concerns and telling me that this light will remain there, these lights will remain there probably 3 or 4 years, if not longer. And that's very disappointing. A couple of things you should know about this property is that there's a spring. It's a car spring. It's the most powerful car spring in our county. It's 5,000 gallons per hour that runs through it and ends up in the pollen scale. And now that's potentially disturbed by this whole process. The home that's on the property is a 1791 home. It's been there for 200 plus years, and never had this view of 2 traffic lights with a bunch of poly jersey barriers in front of the property. All of this was a knee-jerk reaction because somebody who was apparently inebriated was driving down in the early morning hours of October 23rd and ended up in the spring pond. And clearly, when you're inebriated, you're going to make mistakes when you're driving. We have 146 approximately 1,000 people in this community. One family is affected by a person's mistake. And I think this knee-jerk reaction could have used a little bit more, like a more thorough process in having this done. I mean, a stop sign would have been more useful than what's going on now. So now we have a very dangerous situation. We have people literally going through the light because they're disturbed by the fact that it exists. We have people with their loud music now in our very rural community sitting at a light waiting for the light to turn. We have people beeping horns. We have people annoyed that I'm trying to pull out of the driveway. I mean, it's just one thing after another. And I just need to remind everybody, this is Bobcat Alley. I mean, this is not New York City. This is a rural community. People move to this community because of this space, the space that we have, and the sort of free spirit that Stillwater exudes. And now we have an urban traffic light situation. And I just don't get why.
Yeah, I went through there 2 weeks ago, so I know exactly where you're talking about. I'm like, oh, here's a traffic light.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. I just want to I hope, and first of all, I mean, you guys, I know you guys work hard. I know there's so many problems in the community that we have to worry about, but I know this is some first world problem for me, but I think it's greater than that, actually. I mean, we have a really heavy, strong historical significance in this community, in Stillwater particularly. The Dennis Library was named after one of the former owners of this home. The Wintermutes settled in this community. I mean, we have a huge population of Wintermutes throughout the country that started right in Stillwater. I mean, this is not a way to sort of, treat this property, in my opinion.
Do we know how long it's expected to be there, Chris? Do you know?
No, I don't. And to give a time, if Mr. Copenhagen gave you a time, I mean, that's variable with weather, with conditions, with funding. I gotta be honest with you, it might be longer than that. Like, he said 3 or 4 years, maybe, hopefully.
What? I mean, this is a rural road community.
It's a temporary light. It's not.
Well, 3 or 4 years is a light.
No. I understand, and I wasn't trying to be wise. I wasn't.
No,
it is a temporary light, right?
We do have 2 generators now operating this thing at around 63 decibels. Our limit is 65, so it runs just under that limit. I mean, I just don't get why that's. I mean, in other words, a stop sign is so much easier, strips to slow people down, I mean, anything but this. I mean, the 2 traffic lights? I mean, how many, I mean, I just don't know how else to bring this home to you guys. Good, okay.
Director, if it's okay with you, I'll speak with Bill.
That would be
whether
great.
Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be in the county building. I'll speak to Bill and kind of get an idea, and I can explain to you guys at least why it's necessary. Our engineer, just so you know, I forgot your last name, Dimitri.
Yeah.
He does a very good job. He's very, very adequate on what he does, and he knows the system, and he's been here a long time, 20-something years, 23 years, whatever it's been. So usually he's got everything right. And when constituents call me or email me, I go to him and I say, hey, I don't want to tell you what to do, but why is this? He always has the answer, and it's usually a very good answer. But I have no problem looking into it. I will suggest possibly if we can do rumble strips and or a stop sign, maybe that would work. You're telling me that there's a generator there? 2 generators. So I mean they're filling that up with gas.
Gas
obviously.
every day.
So let me. I will look into that. I emailed you back. Yeah, I emailed you back. I think we were back and forth.
I don't know that I received an email from anybody on.
Was that not the one that you emailed him back?
I think
I did,
Ms. Marks
yes.
emailed me back.
I emailed you back 2 times.
Oh, I
I told you to come. Yeah, I told you to come to the meeting. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I have your email address. I'll look into it. I'll give you an answer one way or another. I can't guarantee it's going to change, but at least I can get you an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Nope. Go ahead.
Blackwell, Sanderson Township. Mr. Carney, you spoke about the discharge from septic discharge. Is this from the health department or from the homestead, or I couldn't quite follow you.
Where the force main's coming from?
Yeah.
Well, I will say, so we have a lot of, the county owns a lot of buildings. I'll talk about county buildings only, because that's what we own. So we have the OEM up there, we have the library up there, we have the fire academy up there. We have the prosecutors, yeah, exactly.
Mosquitoes,
Mosquitoes, and then we have a little garage there as well. So, weights and measures, so that's where our county buildings are. That septic, as Ron said previously, it's failing. It's been
It's a
failing.
package plant.
Is one septic serve all of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody dumps into
Is
it.
that the one that serves the health, or excuse me, the homestead?
Yes.
And that discharges into the Pollenskill?
That goes, we know it, I don't know where it discharges to. You want to?
Well, I
know we
remember
clean it out.
it was put in.
Skuma
It was
comes
supposed to
up
be
and
the man
cleans
who
it out.
drank a glass of water from the discharge that went into the Pollenskill. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Pardon me?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't drink that water.
But anyway, so this is now going to go to Branchville?
Yes.
206 by the Frankfurt School?
Correct.
And how much can that take in the future? That's just a septic system, isn't it?
No, it's a sewer plant.
It's a sewer plant.
It's a sewer plant.
Sewer plant, but I mean, it eventually goes in the ground, though, right?
I would imagine so.
A sewer plant has discharge. So
Absolutely. Yep, and there's monitoring
Does that go
wells.
to SCUMA, or does it stay right there?
Goes to Skuma.
That goes on to SCUMA?
Yeah, Skuma, ultimately Skuma's going to be ended up getting it. It's going
Pardon
through
me?
Branchville. We're looking at getting buying Branchville's capacity to do that. So it ultimately goes to Skuma.
It ultimately goes to
Yeah.
SCUMA by truck, by pipe,
A pipe.
by pipe.
Yeah.
So SCUMA can handle all this? I'm just curious about that.
I would imagine. I don't work for SCUMA.
You know.
That's more of a SCUMA question. We've been dealing with SCUMA throughout this
I
process.
mean, it could be another county expense to enhance, build bigger, whatever I mean.
Current capacity
1
for the
minute.
homestead and for the county buildings, they have capacity for.
Pardon?
The homestead and the county buildings, they have capacity for.
They had to,
Do have capacity for that.
Existing.
They have the existing capacity for that. Putting houses on there, that's a question we have to answer. So that's further in the evaluation of that's what we want to do, if they have enough capacity to take it. But for the homestead and for the county buildings, they have the capacity to take it.
Branchville has, Branchville?
SCUMA, ultimately SCUMA has it.
SCUMA has
Right.
capacity. But I mean, SCUMA ultimately sends it somewhere else, right?
I don't know what they do with it.
You have a SCUMA board member right in the back.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to him, he's looking around. He's hiding.
If SCUMA passes something on to Franklin, or
I don't know.
they were talking about a truck trucking or I'm not sure what's going on now. So I'm just, are we going to have increased trucking or what? Maybe
Yeah.
some answers, have some answers on this by the next meeting, maybe. How it will ultimately, where it will end up ultimately.
Well,
It's- it's
Time.
discharge.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? No one else? Okay. Can I get a motion to close the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Deputy Commissioner Carney and Commissioner Hayden. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Abstain? Motion passed. Okay, number 23, reminders. Please check the county's website at www.sussex.nj.us for meeting schedules. And Christina, you're up.
So number 24, executive session, closed session, resolution regarding providing for an executive closed session not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12 et sec. Whereas the subject matters about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of County Commissioners as an exception to the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12b. And whereas it appears necessary for the Board of County Commissioners to discuss such matters in executive session. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12b and NJSA 10:4-13, that the Board at this time enter into an executive session from which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of the subjects to be discussed relate to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12b as designated below. Number 7, matters relating to litigation, negotiations, and the attorney-client privilege, homestead, and parking. Be it further resolved that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Sussex County Board of County Commissioners or provided by law that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. And be it further resolved that upon completion of the business for which the board has entered into the executive session, the board shall reconvene and resume its meeting open to the public. And be it further resolved that the board may or may not.
I think it's may not,
May
isn't
not.
it? Yeah.
The board expects to not take formal action after returning from executive session, except to adjourn the regular meeting.
Can I get a motion to adopt the executive session resolution and enter into executive session?
I make the motion.
Okay, Commissioner DeGroot makes the motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Hayden. Any discussion? None. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Thank you. Can we get a motion to adjourn from executive session and return to regular business?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney and Commissioner Hayden. Any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion passed. Yeah, I would help.
Aye.
Okay. Adjournment. Can we get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Okay, Deputy Director Carney and Hayden. Any discussion? No. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 7:54.
This is the regular meeting of January.